To the best parents I could ever ask for. Dad, thank you for always being willing to load up the cows in the trailer and drive hours just so that I can show at a livestock show. And well, for all those times you had to make last-minute feed trips because I forgot to warn you we were low on feed. No matter what, you are always willing to put what you want to do aside to help me with anything. Mom, thank you for always being there at every game, competition, livestock show, and so much more. I can always count on you to be my unofficial official picture taker and #1 cheerleader. Thank you for all the late nights helping proofread anything that I've ever written and making it sound like a professional wrote it. No matter what, I can always count on you to be there to help me with anything and everything. Again, thank you guys for giving me the best life I could have ever asked for.
Mom, thanks so much for all that you do for me. The way you love me, support me, and encourage me in everything that I do is something I worry I often take for granted. Although we often butt heads, we're basically the same person, I know at the end of the day you'll always be in my corner. You're both my cheerleader and my coach. I love you, Mom. You're one of the greatest and most influential people in my life.
Mom and Dad, thank you for never letting me give up on myself. If it weren't for your support, I wouldn't be where I am today. Mom, thank you for being my shoulder to cry on, to lean on, and someone to look up to. Your love, not only for me, but our family, is something that's unmatchable. Your patience and reassurance is something that I will never forget. From putting up with me and our whole goat operation to supporting me no matter what, always pushing me to set standards so high and my goals even higher. Thank you for being the realest person I know and never beating around the bush to tell me what I need to hear. You know what they say, you get it from your mama. And I can truly say that I embody the bluntness. I love you, Mom, to the moon and back, and more than that again. Dad, thank you for being the reason I do what I do. You were the one who fed into my passion and love for this industry. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. All the long hours of staying at the barn to shear goats, driving me back and forth to shows, ringside judging, studying for Premier Exhibitor, and the long lectures after I learned a lesson or before I thought I was about to do something. The list could truly go on forever. Your hard work that you put in on behind the scenes for our family does not go unnoticed. Thank you for pushing me past my limits and showing me that the only way to get what you want is to work your tail off for it. You've taught me dedication, drive, and grit, and for that, I can't thank you enough. I love you more than I will ever know.
Mom, Dad, and Leslie, thank you for all the guidance, support, and constant love throughout these 5 years of being in the FFA. Mom, from the moment I started, you always said you saw a positive difference in me, even when I couldn't see it in myself. From all the stress, constant breakdowns, when things get tough, thank you for bringing me back to reality and being my breath of fresh air. Dad, I know it's not softball, but I hope you liked watching livestock shows rather than seeing me in a hitting slump. Since the beginning, you always wanted me to find my passion and reassured me that it didn't have to be a sport as long as I was happy. I'm glad to say that I finally found the one thing that I've centered my life around. Thank you for always pushing me to discover more and learn something new every day. Leslie, I don't know how we got from painting and art to having chickens and gardens, but hey, I'm not mad about it. Thank you for always sticking around when I'm indecisive or make 0 sense, being the most supportive bonus mom I've ever could ask for. To all of you, thank you for being so understanding, devoting your time and energy, and being my forever backbone through this journey. I love you all beyond words can explain, and so blessed to have the best parents in the world.
Mom, you have put up with so much over the years. From Dad being away all the time, then me going with him. You definitely have sacrificed a lot to the FFA. And I know I appreciate more than anything how much you have. Without you letting Dad do a job he loves, and me being the junior that I am, I couldn't have all the successes and all the fun and all the memories I've had over the years. You're more than just a mom who gives hugs and kisses and fixes wounds. You are the FFA mom. Thank you for putting up with us all this time, and I love you. Hey Dad, it's Junior here again. Now that we got the serious stuff out of the way, let's kick it back a little bit. Thanks for being the coolest dad/ag teacher ever, and let me hang out with you all those years when I was little. Without going check all of those show animals, making a couple trips in the Pee Wee show ring, going to all of your meetings, and of course, walking around in my own little teeny tiny FFA jacket, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you for instilling a love into this organization and to the agriculture industry in general, and for allowing me to grow into the agriculturist that I am today. I love you.
Colby and Chloe, my biggest role models and best friends. Thank y'all so much for the continued support and for pushing me to never give up. I love y'all so much. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for the unconditional support, love, and dedication, and to making me the person I am today. Dad, I guess you can finally say that you no longer have to watch me practice or do speeches on every commercial break that you had. I know you kind of got tired of that, but I will never forget every time I went to walk out the house in official dress, you making sure that I was dressed to perfection. I love you so much for that and will never forget. Thank you. Mom, whether it was a pageant or a speech contest, I could always count on you being there with me every step of the way. If you wouldn't have pushed me to join AG, I would never be in the position I am today. And your unconditional support and love has truly made me the person I am today. And I guess I can finally say I am joining you as a past state officer. Thank you.
Dad, thank you for everything. Whether we're riding four-wheelers, working around the farm, or tearing up something that probably cost a lot of money, I enjoy every second I get to hang out with you. Even though all my friends think you're cooler than me, I'm beyond thankful that you turned out to be the father figure that I didn't have. I'm glad to call you my homie, my dad, and my best friend. Mom, where do I even start? You and I have been through so much together. As a single mother, you worked endlessly to make sure that my sister and I were taken care of. No matter what, you're always one call away and ready to help. You've taught me so much when it comes to perseverance, hard work, and love. Thank you for being my rock.
Dad, I want to start off by thanking you for teaching me the importance of hard work. I don't think there is a day I can remember you not trying to work on something, or fix something that's broke, or maybe something that just needs a little bit of tweaking. Some of my favorite memories are helping you water the tomato plants in the summertime when I was really little, and when you would swing me really, really high and I could see the tops of all the plants we had grown that year. From the very beginning, you guided me into the hard-working person I am today. It's from the memories of us working together in the yard that pushed me to want to do something great, because I wanted to be just like you. And of course, as I've always been your baby, you've always been my superhero. I love you, Dad. Mom, we've had a heck of a time these last 18 years. I know I've been a handful from the very beginning, like when I cut my hair off in kindergarten, or the time I put my glasses under your tire car because I didn't like them, or the time I decided to chop up the carpet, the pillows, my Barbie doll's hair, and of course, well, my hair again. But through all that, you've always been there for me. You have supported me in all my many endeavors and fully supported me when I decided to run for state office, even though you didn't really know what that truly meant for our last year. You have shown me what it means to push until there's no more left to give, and to always help others when you can. Thank you for putting up with me and all my shenanigans. I love you, Mom.
Mom and Dad, you two have been the biggest supporters that anyone could ask for, and I'm extremely grateful for both of you. Mom, nothing can beat the big hugs that you give me every time I come back from a long FFA trip. You have always been there to give me the confidence boost that I need, and you were there whenever I made state secretary. Thank you so much for the time and dedication that you have put into me and my future. You're the best. Dad, you've always been there for everything that I've done with FFA ever since high school. You were there whenever I made state treasurer, and you were there once I made chapter office and area office. You've always given me the confidence that I needed, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Dad. Thank you guys so much for being the best supporters that anyone could ever ask for.
Mom, without you, this wouldn't have been possible. You've always been my biggest cheerleader. You believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. I will always remember when you drove 12 hours to Indianapolis just off a feeling that you should be there. I think the world would be a much better place if every child had a parent like you. I love you and am honored to be one of two people who have the privilege to call you Mom. Zach, I can't put into words how much of an impact you've had on my life. I genuinely hate giving you credit, but just this once, I will. You filled the role of a father figure to me, and for that I will forever be grateful. You are my inspiration and are a living example that there is no height to what someone can achieve if only they keep trying. Zach, thank you for being my older brother. I love you.